Coco Gauff opens up about boyfriend Jalen Sera after China Open win. In defeat, he holds my hand. His reply leaves fans in tears. The Beijing National Tennis Center was electric that night. It was a stadium alive with cheers, flashes of cameras, and the hum of anticipation. Coco Gauff, the youngest tennis star on the planet to carry the weight of an entire generation's hopes, had just battled her way through an exhausting final at the China Open. She stood at center court, sweat dripping from her brow, chest heaving from effort. Her eyes glistened, not because of victory alone, but because of what had carried her here. Later, in the mixed zone, Coco revealed something intimate, something that went beyond tennis. In defeat, in victory, he holds my hand. She was speaking of her boyfriend, Jalen Sera, a name that now began to echo around the world not just as her partner, but as her anchor. For weeks, Coco had kept their relationship private, but in that moment, she chose openness. Her voice trembled with emotion. Her words were a confession and a tribute. That night, the phrase "in defeat, he holds my hand" became more than a line. It became a mantra for athletes, lovers, and dreamers alike. The man behind the player. Who was Jalen Sera? To the public, he was a mystery, a soft-spoken figure who appeared only in the background of Coco's social media, never in the glare of headlines. To Coco, he was her safe space in the whirlwind of professional tennis. Sources close to the couple described Jalen as grounded, humble, and fiercely supportive. While Coco battled the relentless pressure of the WTA Tour, Jalen was her calm. He wasn't part of tennis. He was her world outside of it. For Coco, that was everything. "Jalen doesn't just see me as a tennis player," she said later in an interview. "He sees me as Coco, not the ranking, not the trophies, just me." Their story began quietly, away from media scrutiny, through mutual friends and shared passion for music and sport. But when Coco stepped into the spotlight of Beijing, she made a choice to share not just her game, but her heart. The China Open battle. The tournament itself had been grueling. Coco had faced top-ranked players in a string of matches that tested every ounce of her skill, resilience, and endurance. Her quarterfinal battle against Amanda Anisimova had lasted 3 hours. Her semifinal match had been won in a nail-biting third-set tiebreak. Every step of her journey was marked by grit, but also by exhaustion. That night, after a hard-fought final, Coco sat courtside, head bowed, her racket lying beside her. Jalen appeared quietly, slipping his hand into hers. No words, just a simple gesture that carried the weight of unspoken support. That gesture was the moment she spoke those words in the post-match interview. "In defeat, he holds my hand." The press was stunned. It was rare for Coco to share so openly about her personal life. But in that moment, the world understood this wasn't just a victory or a loss. This was a testament to love and partnership, the emotional ripple. When Coco's words hit social media, the reaction was immediate. Fans flooded her Instagram and Twitter, some sharing their own stories of love and support, others praising her vulnerability. Hashtags like #InDefeatHeHoldsMyHand and #GauffSera began trending. But the moment that truly moved the world came when Jalen replied. On his own Instagram, he posted a simple message beneath a photo of Coco mid-match. "No matter the score, your hand will always be mine. You're my champion, on and off the court. Red heart." That one line sparked thousands of tears and cheers from fans around the globe. It became an anthem not only for sports, but for love itself. Journalists began calling it the most touching moment in sports of the year. But for Coco, it was simply truth. Behind the scenes, pressure and love. The WTA Tour is brutal. For Coco, every win carries the weight of expectation. Every loss is dissected under the glare of headlines. For years, she had learned to protect herself emotionally. But with Jalen, she allowed herself to be vulnerable. According to insiders, Jalen has been Coco's emotional anchor since their first meeting. When she's tired, he listens. When she doubts herself, he reassures. When she triumphs, he celebrates quietly by her side. For Coco, his support is a shield against the storm. "I've learned that it's not just about the game," Coco said. "It's about who stands beside you when the lights go out." Their relationship became the human side of sport, a reminder that behind every victory and every loss is a story of love, sacrifice, and partnership. The world reacts. The exchange between Coco and Jalen sent shockwaves through the sports world. Commentators across ESPN, BBC, and the Tennis Channel replayed their story. Fans in arenas around the world began chanting in defeat, "He holds my hand," during matches. Social media exploded with tributes. Coaches called it an example of emotional strength. Fellow players praised Coco for opening her heart. Even rivals expressed admiration for their connection. It became a movement, not just about tennis, but about vulnerability, courage, and the quiet power of love. A deeper bond. Behind the headlines, Coco and Jalen's relationship deepened. They shared quiet mornings before sunrise, long walks after late matches, and text messages that became lifelines during tournaments. Their bond was forged not in grand gestures, but in small moments: a smile after a tough match, a hand held during a tense point, a quiet word that no microphone could capture. Coco later reflected, "The court takes so much of you, but in his hand, I find myself again." Their love became a part of her identity, inseparable from her story as an athlete and as a woman. The power of vulnerability. Coco's openness about her relationship with Jalen marked a turning point in sports culture. It challenged the idea that athletes must guard their hearts to remain strong. Instead, she showed that vulnerability can be a strength. For young fans watching her, it became a lesson that it's okay to love, to lean on someone, to let them hold your hand when the weight of the world rests on your shoulders. Journalist Maria Chin wrote, "Coco and Jalen remind us that the greatest victories are not only won on courts, but in hearts." Legacy beyond tennis. As Coco's career continues to rise, her relationship with Jalen becomes part of her legacy. It is not measured in trophies or rankings, but in the courage to share her truth. For many, their story is more than romance. It's inspiration, a living reminder that behind every athlete is a human being who needs love, trust, and connection. And in defeat, in victory, they hold each other's hands. Closing, a moment to remember. The China Open was just another tournament in the grand arc of Coco Gauff's career. But for her and Jalen, it became something extraordinary, a moment where love and sport intertwined. Coco's words, "In defeat, he hold my hand," will linger in the hearts of fans for years to come. And Jalen's reply, "No matter the score, your hand will always be mine," became a promise etched in time. For Coco Gauff and Jalen Sera, their story isn't about a match or a tournament. It's about partnership, strength, vulnerability, and the quiet power of holding someone's hand when the world watches. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.